In just hours, opening statements will begin in the murder trial against former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin. Chauvin is charged with unintentional second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and manslaughter in the death of George Floyd. Joining us now is CNN legal analyst and criminal defense attorney Joey Jackson and retired LAPD Police Sergeant Cheryl Dorsey. It's good to have you both with us. Sergeant Dorsey, I want to begin with you because one of the things that's hanging over this trial, one of the reasons the stakes feel so high, is that there is a pattern in this country of indictments against police officers not resulting in prosecutions. And we looked at data conducted by Bowling Green University. 104 sworn non-federal officers charged with murder or manslaughter between 2005 and 2019. Only 35 convicted, around a third of those. What does that stat say to you about the systemic problems that we're confronting as a country and how they may play out in this trial?
Well, what it says to me is that great deference is given to a police officer's version of events, and jurors find it very difficult to side against an officer, understanding that what we do is very difficult. We make snap judgment decisions, and jurors tend to believe that officers do basically the right thing for the right reason, and for that, they give them great deference and great benefit.
Now, Joey, you're a defense attorney, and you know, the whole world practically has seen this video of George Floyd. Given that, which frames this entire case in the public mind, given that you're a defense lawyer, what would you do if you were in the defense for Derek Chauvin? We're having some problem with the audio from Joey there. I think we're going to have to go to break.
I got you now. My apologies.
Oh, we got you now. All right, we're back. All right,
John.
Joey,
No
take
worries.
it from the top.
I think the first thing you'll certainly see the defense do is they'll look to the issue of cause of death. I think they're going to attack that, and they really were, based upon the autopsy report, given information with which to attack it. The defense will look to everything else to attempt to explain what that cause of death is. They will look to pre-existing conditions. They will look to see what, if anything else, was in George Floyd's system. They will look to cardiopulmonary disease, heart attack, everything but the issue. The problem the defense has, John, in that regard is that you just have to establish, if you're the prosecution, that it was a substantial factor, that is the knee on the neck, not that it was the sole factor. The next thing they'll do is you're going to see, without question, the issue of use of force and the applicability. What are the standards? What are the protocols? They're going to look at, finally, the issue of George Floyd himself. They will attack the fact he was non-compliant. They will look and pivot to the prior arrest in which he was non-compliant. They will look at issues of drug use. They will do each and everything to make him unsympathetic. Will that dog hunt is an open question. I think it will be very hard to, based on the visceral reaction that everyone sees when they look at that video and they say, my goodness, should we not believe our lying eyes? It's a tough case for the defense, John, to be clear.
Great distillation. Sergeant Dorsey, quickly before we go, you had expressed a lot of concern about the potential makeup of the jury. Now we know the makeup of the jury. It is decidedly young, the vast majority in their 20s and 30s, and diverse, more diverse than Hennepin County overall. We've got three black men, one black woman, two self-identified mixed race women in their 20s and their 40s. What does the makeup of the jury say to you about the case that we're about to see unfold in front of us?
Well, we also have 9 whites on the jury, so let's not pretend that they aren't in the majority. And listen, while we have at least 3 or 4 blacks, are they jurors or are they alternates? Because if they're alternates, they won't really have any say in what ultimately happens in terms of guilty or not guilty. And so that concerns me. I don't know if those people of color were placed to placate us and lull us into a false sense of security, or will they really have a say?
This is a very important trial and conversation for the country going forward. I want to thank you both for joining us.